Good morning, friends. This is May 30th, 2023. This is Wayne News. I'm your host, Wayne. Curtilage, exigent circumstances. Those are two words I want to introduce you to. Curtilage is, the white picket fence and the home inside the white picket fence. Well, your curtilage is the property on the inside of the fence, your front yard, and there's a certain, well, what is trespassing? What is not trespassing? So if you have a gate that says no trespassing, and somebody opens the gate and walks in, they're trespassing. They're in your curtilage. You could say, like, bro, don't be getting up in my curtilage. Don't be getting all up in my curtilage, man. And so when it comes to law enforcement, do they have a right to enter your property? And they do if they have a search warrant, of course, or if they have exigent circumstances. And exigent circumstances are imminent life is in danger, a criminal is about to flee capture, or evidence is being destroyed, like the drugs are being flushed down the toilet. So I just got swatted again. This might be 52 or 53. I'm losing track. I got to put it on the calendar and give them the numbers. I'm allowing a very cozy relationship with the sheriff and inviting them onto the property because I'm afraid of them. So if you go fishing 51 times and you don't catch any fish and you can't go to any other fishing hole, aren't you going to be mad? Well, I think that's kind of maybe what's going on with the sheriff. Like, the sheriff likes to arrest people, right? Well, maybe they're just going to get more and more angry every time they come out until they get an arrest. So they can get the 5-5. Finally arrested Lambright. But I'm not making these calls. I'm the victim here. So a false arrest is only going to make me very wealthy. They call it the police lottery. I just don't want to end up dead. That's the main thing here. I still believe, since I'm a politician, they're trying to murder me through proxy. Today, the sheriff, super friendly, said, "You haven't got any weapons or anything?" And I said, "No." I said, "But I have been thinking recently I'd like to get a 22 for some plinking." And he says, "Well, that wouldn't be good with what's going on right now." Is that a threat? It's not against my constitutional right to own a legal firearm. And so basically he's saying that with everything going on, it could be escalated knowing that I have a plinker. I really just don't like this situation going on. And it makes me concerned for my well-being and my health and safety. I can't get a read on the deputies. It's their job to be friendly, to get people to be giving up evidence that will give them the reason to be arrested for whatever crime. And it just worries me. I don't want to say publicly right now, but in the interview with Ethan Ralph yesterday, I was basically up all night last night. Didn't go to sleep till when I turned off the laptop, it was 4:30. I saw the sun coming up. I was like, oh my God, I was awake all night. And so I watched the Ethan Ralph interview and I was reading every comment in the chat and screenshotting it. And some people confirmed some beliefs I had about something. I just cut my hair and washed. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to send an email off to law enforcement of my discoveries. Man, I got a fly bothering me. I mean it. Don't push me, Mr. Fly. Do you see this? Don't push me. So 10 o'clock, 4:30. That's 6 hours. The good news, the battery's got 3 hours of charge. They did turn off at 3 o'clock. Uh-oh. Got a fly up there. I got him a little bit, but more of a tap. Oh. I must smell delicious. These flies are kind of annoying me. Let me get some water here. Oh, I got to put wood on the fire for the chipmunks. I'll be right back. This is just a water bottle. I like it just to spray water on myself, kind of cool me down sometimes. Yeah, I was sleeping when the sheriff was here. I was sleeping with the door open. I had my bug outfit on. Ooh, that's a workout. Ugh. Ugh. Damn, that was good. Working this part of the shoulder. I think it's got a clog. It did. All right. What did I want to say? Nobody talking in the chat yet. Okay. Be that way. I still love you. So there's a little tip in here. Got it. Little blurb of water. Snap back in. Put this. I think it just got clogged again. Oh, that's clean. Well, that's clogged. Come on, fly. Let's see here. That's flowing. There we are. Oh. It's my theory that if I make everything moist, there will be little puddles of water for them to get a drink, and then they'll leave me alone. We're going to get into this. I got some good topics. So Ethan Ralph's audience really, really loved me yesterday. I felt some big love from that group of people. They're like, oh no, Trump bros, I don't feel so well. The bright future. Wayne's hands down got a lot more than DeSantis or Trump have to offer. It's, how do they say it? Oh no, Trump bros, I'm not feeling so good. That's very flattering. Thank you, friends. This isn't by accident. I'm not just an average person just saying I'm going to run for president. It isn't that. I've actually been planning this for 42 years. 42 years, since the age of 12. I'm not fucking around. I'm here to win. And I am out for blood, as somebody said in the chat with Ethan Ralph. I am kind and cuddly, and I'm also out for blood. I'm furious what's happening. So I'm an absolute warrior if I have to be, and there's no reason we have to be, because we are a nation of laws. We follow laws. We're supposed to. They expect us to follow laws. So this is why you want me to be president, because I'm willing to follow laws, and I'm going to impose that others follow laws. Don't do the crime. Don't do the crime if you don't have the time. Hey, Ferrari York. That's a pretty name. Ex-girlfriend of mine got married, and her last name became Ferrari. I was like, that's so nice. It's kind of better than Lambright. She was Jewish. She's actually quite a babe. What is she? She looks like. Yeah. I don't know the name of the actress right now. She's a brunette, brown eye. Oh, not Lauren Bacall. That's a blondie. Oh well, I'll think about it. Oh, the sheriff today. We were talking. He knows about Stanley Meyer, and he brought up a really good. Ferrari asked, "Did I have plans to expand my place I do. I just don't have any money right now. I've got 100 and, well, under $200, and that's got to last a very long time. The good news is my car insurance is paid till September 26th. My vehicle registration is paid till next March. Those are, and then my only other bill is fuel for the car to go to town to get food. So I'm gonna make it. The deputy knew about Stanley Meyer being killed, and then he says, "Yeah, in one of those shootings in New York." I'm like, "At Tops where the black people are shot?" He's like, "Yeah." Well, the security guard had just filed a patent for a hydrogen device. I'm like, "That's right. I forgot about that." Very. Were they killing two birds with one stone? Hmm. Isn't that a little suspicious? The noticer. I love the noticer meme. Let me pull that up real quick so I can just look at things. The Chad noticer also. Hmm. I haven't seen that one. Notices things and uses pattern recognition to create an accurate worldview. Accurately observes anti-European settlement originating from same group over and over again. Ability to recognize who 40% of billionaires are despite being 2% of the population. Increasing his noticing activity results in even more things to notice. Oh, man, the memes just write themselves. The 35-year-old noticer, I haven't seen this one. Well, that's good enough. We'll just end it there on that noticer. Is that Fast Pit Bull? It looks like it. It is. How you doing, Fast Pit Bull? Ferrari, the next renovation will be this wall right here. I'll attach a wall there and then another wall here, and that will be the slide out. I'm doing okay. I got swatted. I was sleeping. I probably could have slept another 2 hours. Um, and I was sleeping with my bug outfit on. Let me show you my bug outfit. Just like that. So no flies bother me when I'm dreaming of the bright future. Oh, it's all good. Huh. I was just in my swimming pool. The water's super clear and nice. I did a big clean on it the other day. Um, yeah, I'm happy about that. I think my campaign manager told me this morning tomorrow she's getting the bank account, which is good. She's super thrilled about everything. Uh, yeah. All right. Well, I learned some stuff from Ethan and Ralph yesterday that I can get money from a group called powerchat.live for donations. So I'll probably doing something like that because I can't get money here on YouTube yet because I'm only 730. Yeah, I had an account with YouTube that had 1,200 members. It was 11 years old, but I spoke about one of the school shootings and they banned my account. Just always keep safety in mind, like fire hazards. I'm not sure what fire hazard you're talking about, um, but I've got a fire extinguisher. Well, it's by the stove. It's that white bottle right there. There's actually two of them. There's one where the yellow, that is a fire extinguisher, and that is a fire extinguisher. I take safety pretty serious, especially since I'm a mechanic. Anytime I'm using a power tool, anything that's grinding, making sparks, you just never know where that little bit of something's going to come from to hurt you. I wear gloves, respirators if I'm dealing with things, insulation. I'm good. All right, so now we're gonna. I just want to say, pyramids of Egypt. They were made with an 8 foot tall praying mantis, and here's the link in the chat. You might want to save that and go watch the video. It's breathtaking. The There's a huge subterranean thing location in Egypt that still hasn't been discovered, most likely, where they grew the humans that pushed the rocks into place. Aliens growing humans underground. So it's an amazing story. All right, we're going to politically incorrect. Man, I'm not sure how much of this I could do. I'm kind of tired. Do I have to go to sleep? Hmm. We're looking at the bump order here. Picture of Hitler. He did nothing wrong. He's the hero we need, but didn't deserve. Hitler wasn't not a hero. He was actually a bully, and he was a terrible negotiator, and he was petty, and he was a drug user, and he was a bit of a nerd. He was a good artist. His art was good, but it didn't have humans in it. Um, so he had some problems. His feelings were hurt too, and he channeled his anger into being a dictator and a murderous, insecure man. That's not healthy. Looking for some food I have here. Oh, there it is. Some rice that I made last night. Hmm. Here's what I like about Nazi Germany: the technology. with the Industrial Revolution, America and Europe, a, a large group of scientists came out of Germany. Um, so Germany kind of had like a technical edge on the world. They invented the car, lots of electronics, and it's just fascinating to learn about technologies they had. That's it. That's all they had. Yeah. Tides are getting worse. Sea levels are rising due to man-made climate change. Got any evidence, mother friender? I have seen some strange lights out here. Only once. Ferrari. However, okay, so it happened September. It happened last September. I was dating this woman. We actually never met. She lived in Washington State. And I was sitting in my hammock and I was looking south and I'm like, oh my God, a super bright orange light. It was like, it goes on, then off. So it's like on, on. Blink, 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 blink. Did that 10 times. And many nights before, I've been taking night photos with my expensive Nikon camera. So I actually had the tripod set up and I tried to take a photo of it and I kind of got a photo. And there's no reason for any lights to come from this direction. It's a vacant mountain range. And the light was so bright and it was about 11 miles away. It was also fairly large in the sky. Um, but just a month ago, in that same region, not where it was, but to the left, there was another bright light, and it looked like a fire. Turns out it's a bombing range, so there's a good chance those could have been flares. They were orange like fire. So since I now learned it's a bombing range, I'm kind of giving up on the UFO. Occam's razor, the simplest answer often is the answer. This rice is so good. I put olive oil in it, teriyaki sauce, and red crushed peppers. Mm. I did a pretty good cut. What the hell? These flies are treating me like I'm Obama. Okay. What's the next big thing the people in charge will orchestrate? Well, that's a very good question. I think the answer is war. More war. We're, we're still funding Ukraine. Every day we keep giving Ukraine weapons and money, Russia gets more angry. Pretend you have a neighbor who's super annoying and they play music on a jukebox. And the jukebox is only battery powered. And every day at midnight or 2 in the morning, the jukebox batteries die. And then your neighbor's out of electricity for the jukebox. But every day at noon, some guy rolls up on his door. It says USA battery delivery. And they keep giving your neighbor batteries that are keeping you up at night. And you're like, the hell? Stop giving these idiots batteries. It's hurting me. Stop it. So not only are you mad at the guy, the noisemaker with the music, you're mad about the free battery guy, and that's America. And so eventually, as Russia's been saying, they're going to retaliate against America anywhere they choose. Russia's got the ability to reach out and touch us. I'm touching myself like a tweaker right now. I got so many flies landing. Oh, normally what I do when I'm not on stream is I have the fan running so the flies can't land. And I also have a couple fly tapes right here. These babies. They work really well. I've never seen a UFO going like that. I did see maybe one of our ultra top secret spacecraft or airplanes. I never seen anything like this before. It was the it was going very fast. It could have been at least Mach 2, if not faster. And the exhaust was powder blue, powder sky blue. Um, it was just a very soft blue color, like a propane flame. And it was going towards the ocean from Las Vegas, which is Area 51. Okay, back to the. Oh. Oh! Woo! All right, flies, get some of that water somewhere else. Oh. Marines beaten by teens? Huh. All right, I'm going to the reply count here. What is the final ultimate black pill? Well, the earth is a utopia if we didn't have the Satanist pedophiles running everything. If you guys get me elected, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to turn the earth into a utopia. They choose to make it a living hell. We could have a much better place. I think also that there are aliens from other worlds and aliens that have been here underground. Such a hard pill to swallow that aliens from another planet live underground, like the land of the lost, the sea sacks. Just trying to find something good to talk about here. %40 of young Germans are immigrants. I got a friend. His name is Artem, and he's from Ukraine but lives in Germany. Biden declares war on anti-Semitism. That's a big waste of time. They should declare war on the ADL. Do you think there are aliens in abandoned railroad tunnels? No. Uh, Railroad tunnels are very short in general. We don't have any like 1 mile long tunnels. Um, maybe some abandoned gold mines, but I think the aliens have the ability to. They've got UFOs, so they've got the ability to carve rock with probably a ultrasonic beam that makes the rock turn to cookie crumb, and they just like blow it out with compressed air. It's not melting, it just turns to cookie crumb. And the way I think it would work is, imagine the atoms are bonded to each other. Atoms stick to each other through electric bonds. So they hit the atoms with an alternating frequency. It's probably a two-phase process. Harmonic coupling. So the atoms themselves are vibrating at, let's say, 100 million times per second. That's the oscillation rate of the atoms. So then they put a beam out of it, of electricity, at 100 million oscillations per second. And then they shoot negative high voltage at the material. So because they're close, but when you make them vibrate, there's a distance. So with that extra vibration, you can harmonic coupling, you can turn up the amplitude, and they go further apart. And then this atom, and this is negative, and this one was positive. That's why they were stuck. But the harmonic vibration pulls them apart, and then you zap all of them with like a negative electricity, and then they'll start repelling even more cookie crumbs. And the reason I'm saying this is John Hutchinson. You might have seen him. He has a bar of metal, and it's like this, and it goes. So it's imploding upon itself. And the reason it's twisting is the right-hand rule of current. Current's going this way, and my fingers make it spin. I've been losing weight, friends. I'm probably 255 pounds today. That's 10 pounds less than last month. Zelensky is really fucked up this time. Oh, really? What do you do? Another gay dance video? White House commenting on drone attacks on Moscow. We do not support attacks inside of Russia. Wow. Okay, that is that's a no F-bombs. That's an escalation. So Zelensky, whoa, that's actually the biggest news of the week. Zelensky is attacking Moscow with long-range weapons, probably given to him by England. See you later, London. Thanks for being around. If I was Putin, I would dab a few conventional cruise missiles on the city of London. They don't know who they're fucking with. Oh, I gotta stop my F-bombs. I'm so sorry, friends. I didn't realize what a problem I have. In Toastmasters, there's no room for profanity, so I shouldn't be using it, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna check myself before I wreck myself. Alex Jones here. Ferrari York says, I think the idea of abandoning some tunnels is a security risk. Who knows what can hide down there? Well, I mean, you could have humans, but who wants to live in a tunnel? I'm not that worried about it. I'm not sure how many tunnels there are either. Okay, Alex Jones. Even though the ADL is a Jewish organization, they're still instigating and false flagging anti Semitism to create the perception of Jewish hatred. What did he mean by this? Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Yeah, the ADL, if it wasn't for the ADL, there would be no white supremacy anything. Like the handsome truth guy, I think he is actually paid by the ADL to go around and get in the face of people and to call innocent Jews names. Like, your eyes are pretty close. Are you a Jew? Well, yes, I am. It seems like it. He's doing all kinds of hateful talk. So I actually don't think handsome truth gives two shits. Except he's a paid employee. Like, where's he get his money from to be driving around in a car with it's Night at the Roxbury? A couple like clubbers in the car. Have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live joke Night at the Roxbury? It was funny in my time. I was a kid when it came out 30 years ago. They're guys who hang out in the dance club and they got like a t-shirt on, a gold chain, and a jacket, and they're just silliness. Any new construction projects, Wayne? Gradient ledge. Um, well, I just fixed the inverter. There is a new construction project. Um, Let me draw it for you. It's very simple. I'm putting a cover over the swimming pool. So that's the swimming pool right here. So I'm going to erect out of wood here, and this will be wire, and those will be tarps, like flags hanging vertically. It would be black pieces of plastic, and they can flap in the wind. So there's just going to be a whole bunch of them, like this. So when you look at it, they'll look like this, but rows. And then there will be some other ones like that. But when you look at it this way, it look like this. And the reason is so it can flex in the wind, and under strong winds, it won't tear it apart. It'll just flutter. And when the wind's over, it'll be hanging again. So it's a hanging fabric shade. and it's to keep sunlight off the pool. And the wires above are made of electric fence wire, which is super cheap, lightweight. And the hardest part I have to do is dig 2 holes, put 2 posts, and put the beam up here. I'm also probably going to do another beam. Not parallel, at an angle. The sunlight would hit here and here during the afternoon. So it's going to be more going in that direction with hanging material. I'm working on that. I'm also working on I'm so tired. These swattings are really zapping my energy. I don't want to blame the police, the sheriff. If I didn't make videos after swattings, then I would have those hours to invest in other things. However, I want to communicate to my audience, what I'm going through. This is emotional for me. And the one way I manage my emotions is by talking about things. Hey, Charles, you're driving 200 miles. Where you going, buddy? What are you doing? Is this for truck driving? I have a musical instrument. It's a rattle. Oh, okay. Good job. You made $500 on the baseball game. Woo! I want to talk about a new musical device that is super badass. You haven't heard of this. So this is metal. And if you hit it, it goes woo, woo. And this here is an electric magnet that makes it vibrate. And this is a product by Korg, Korg, that makes synthesizers. So it's a electric acoustic merging technology, and it's a super badass new type of synthesizer that's never existed. And I saw a presentation from an electronic show just 2 days ago. It's only been out for a week, and they were showing the prototype, and it made some really beautiful sounds. You saw it also? Gradient Ledge, you saw that? How'd you see it? Did I share it? I might have shared a video on it. I'm not sure. It sounded really cool. There's one sound I want to make with a synthesizer, and I don't know how to do it. I know how to do it with a conventional wind instrument, and I think it's a low bass trumpet, and it's like it's a really low frequency, but it's loud. You hear it a lot in techno music. I love electronic music. I love it so much. Like, I was listening to some last night. I'm like, man, I want to get high right now. I want a beer. I want to smoke a joint. Just be listening. I don't have to. Not going to. So my projects are, I got so many projects, man. I got a lot of projects. That's, this is the world of ADHD. So the reason I have ADHD and the way I manage my life is some people with ADHD don't get anything done. And their mistake is they have one project. You need 40 projects. So when you get scatterbrained, you're like, oh, I'm tired of this. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to go work on this. I want to work on that. And so you're always working on something. And then slowly over time, certain things get finished. And then people are like, this guy's a genius. He does so much work. I can never do what he does. Well, it's because the guy's ADHD, because his brain is so active and he can focus. He can have laser focus for a period of time. But when that time's expired, there's no more focus. Party's over. And then to regain focus, you can't regain on that thing you just lost focus on. It's over. You got to go do something else. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, I'm so excited. So much fun. Playing, doing something. Ring, ring, ring. It's the phone. Oh, yeah, man. How's it going? Oh, yeah. And then you don't want to play with that. And then you go on to the next thing. That's literally my life. And that's why I love where I'm living, because I can spread my projects all over the property. When I was telling the sheriff, I was like, "What?" He's like, "Why don't you do this or do that?" I'm like, "I don't have any money." And he's like, "Well, what do you do for money?" I'm like, "I don't have anything for money." I'm like, um, I said, "I've only got like $100 right now." And he says, "Well, what happens if you run out of money?" I'm like, "Well," I said, "I'm privileged. I mean, somebody will loan me some money." And I said, "Plus, I pointed to my washing machines. I pointed to the pinball. I pointed to my KTM dirt bike, the orange one, the 400cc. I said, I'm planning on selling all this stuff. And like my KTM, I need a left and right turn signal switch. It's $30. And I need to buy a digital speedometer. And I've got the blinkers and the rear tail lights. And on the foot pedal, the switch. I bought a new switch because somebody cut off the wires. So I can put all this on my dirt bike and then it will be street legal. It was already street legal, but the previous owner removed the speedometer, the turn signal left and right front, and turn signal left and right rear, and the stoplight. And they damaged the stoplight switch. And then the left and right turn thing is missing. So when I get all that on there, now the bike's worth about $4,500, not $2,500. Gradient Liz says, "Yeah, I just follow a lot of music gear channels, and I have a lot of synths and samplers that I'm trying to just find new sounds." Oh, well, speaking of new sounds, you make me think of it might be Philip Glass. He did the music for Kwaanakatsi, which is it's a Indian word for, like, I actually forget what it means. Lost or something. Oh yeah. Charles says he looked up the bike like yours and selling on craziness for $7,000 to $8,000. Yeah. Yeah. Philip Glass. He's a huge composer for Hollywood movies. He did The Hours. His music's a little depressing. He's kind of got, like how Morrissey from the Smiths, you listen to too much Morrissey stuff, you find yourself a little depressed. So it kind of goes down that, well, he goes down many roads, but he goes down many roads that happen to be depressing as a musician. He has happy roads, but not as many happy roads. He has more depressing roads. Morrissey songs are like, it's a cold, rainy, gray day, and my lover just left me. I feel like hurting myself. That's literally like half of his songs. Oh, Kwayanakatsi is Indian for life in transition. And the movie Koyonakatsu taught me something very profound because I wanted to be a movie maker. It's the first movie I've ever seen, the first 2-hour documentary I've ever seen with no talking. There are no words. And they do all this beautiful photography of like the Grand Canyon and the clouds rushing by. So they do time elapsed photography and 10 minutes of film of the clouds rushing by and Philip Glass music probably was 50 hours of film. And they're 70 millimeter film. You know how expensive that is? Like, how big is 70 millimeters? It's huge. My calipers must be over there. 20 millimeter. That is 70 millimeter, like 5 inches. That's how wide the film is. So it gets super saturated with colors, and it's basically as profound as high definition is to compare to old televisions. It's a major paradigm shift. Um, and so the Koyonakatsu turned into 3 different styles of things like that. Koyonakatsu came out in maybe 1979. It's a really good. It's if you're getting drunk, you're getting stoned, you're tripping on some acid or some other drugs, it's probably a big mind blower. All ambient stuff is like that, but enjoyable. And analog production back in the days was really out. Oh yeah, it was super outrageously expensive. Um, like I've talked before, I'm probably never going to do this, but I do have a, a large piece of my heart wants to build my own synthesizer, mostly because they're so bloody expensive. And I don't care if it's huge with knobs everywhere and square tooth waves, sawtooth waves, uh, inverted amplifiers. I mean, it's fun because one, it's engineering and it's technical. Two is the path you go down to try to make a sound that's in your mind, but you try to engineer it. And then once you build your machine, it's an instrument. And not only that, you could license it and produce it. So you would actually have a real world product if you so chose. I was watching some videos on guys making copies of the Korg Mini Moog. Hey, Adam. Yeah, the Korg Mini Moog, which is a very popular synthesizer. And I think they're a couple grand, a couple $1,000s. And then, there's a whole world of trained musicians. They're classically trained, but they're synthesizer nerds. And wow, do they make some good music. But back to Phil Glass and looking for sounds, he would go to like those power wires. Like if this is a telephone pole, well, there's a wire holding it to the earth, and he would hit it. This was actually Star Wars. He hit the wire with the microphone and go, Choo! That was a Star Wars documentary where I learned that. George Lucas is saying that the sound guy, the guide wire on a telephone pole that's anchored to the earth is really taut. He hit it and it goes doom, doom. So if you want to make new sounds as an artist, go like to a junkyard and start tapping on metal, rims, glass, plastic. Find things to tap on and bring a recorder with you. So because in a junkyard, you're going to have lots of materials in lots of different shapes, and every shape will produce its own resonant frequency and sound. Charles Smith. Look up John Moss. He makes his own synthesizer. I think I've heard that name. That's what I do with MPC sample thing right in. Okay. John Mouse. I'm looking him up, Charles, right now. Okay. American musician. Did you hear about Moss through Sam Hyde, Charles? Mm. And I actually haven't heard of Moss. I confused it with Moby. And the people were making fun of Moby. He's like, he hasn't done anything for 20 years. I'm like, ooh, dunking on the musicians here. Savage, savage. I like a good roast. I think it's fun to roast people sometimes. And so, I think I got a pretty good attitude with the amount of people roasting me, especially on 4chan. People get so mad when I use my name, all that stuff. I think a funny thing to do with 4chan is say, we're not your personal army, but to call 4chan your personal army. Some people are definitely easily triggered. I'm easily triggered sometimes. You saw him live. Speaking of live, somebody said they were at Taylor Swift concert, and I said, "How much did you pay?" She said, or they said they paid $800 with fees from Ticketmaster. $800, and it was like a stadium with 100,000 people. Wow, rock and roll is still a way to make money, clearly. And I mean, I'm not sure Taylor Swift is that great of a musician. I've seen her play guitar. I think a chimpanzee might do a better job. Like if you gave Taylor Swift an electric guitar, we're not talking no Eddie Van Halen is coming out of her. She's just plucking a few strings. My boyfriend left me and I'm happy. That's the end of the song. Thanks, folks. Oh, he loves his fans and didn't want to leave the stage, so he peed his pants. What's your opinion on inner Earth civilization, fake or real? Okay, we can have this conversation. Let me get a piece of paper. I think I'm going to have to auction these for money, even if they're just $2 or $3. Original Wayne Lambright artworks. I'm going to have to sell this stuff to earn some money. Lambright 24. Okay, here's an empty one. So that's the center of the Earth. I think people could live close to the crust, but nobody's living here. There's just on the crust level. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Nervy Lindsay. Hello, Nervy Lindsay. It's been quite some time. Welcome back. Okay, my coffee's kicking in. We're going to go a little bit more time. By the way, I know you're all curious. Let me give you a air conditioning status update. 90 outside, 79 inside. Ooh. Friends, I'm loving this out here. Yeah, Inner Earth. What's your opinion on Inner Earth civilization? Hmm, I just think actually aliens or lizard people who have been on the Earth for probably millions of years live there. Okay, we need to talk about the Egyptians who lived in the Grand Canyon. Do you know this story? Yeah, in 1905 or something, around that time, not 100% accurate, some explorer said, well, I better go look. He was looking for things and they were going to shut it down or something. And he was like, I'm going to go take a look before it gets shut down. And he looked up on the mountain. He's like, what? What's this? And he found some stairs. And he's like, what are these stairs doing here? He gets up there. And there's a cave. And he goes in. And he's like, these walls are really nice. And then all of a sudden, a big ass room. And he's noticing Egyptian hieroglyphs. And it turns out there's room for 50,000 people. He found metallurgy projects, copper, tin, iron, forges, huge banquet halls, statues, straight up like an Egyptian. It's run by the Egyptians. And if you know that Egypt's on the other side of the world, so Egypt is like 12,000 miles away. So this proves the Egyptians came to America. And the US government has shut this area off. It's off limits. And the way you can find it is on a map. There are some mountain peaks that have Egyptian names, and that is the location of the Egyptian tunnel cave system. Mind blowing. And the Y Files does an episode about it, and there's another group of guys who do an episode about it. The Y Files is a really good channel. I don't know if you've been there. Let me get you a link. His content is very good. Here's the Y Files link. Yesterday on Ethan Ralph, well, yesterday was Memorial Day. He did like 9 hours or something. And I guess he does lots of multi-hour streams, like 6 or 7 hours. Um, and the chat is very robust in there. And I was talking, they're like, let Wayne cook. And I think that means let Wayne talk. And the memes are so cute in the chat. There's one Mexican Pepe with his hat. He's dancing. I love you guys in the comments. It's so much fun. All right, back to politically incorrect. We'll see if we can get some good news stories here. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm going to send you a link to the Ethan Ralph show. And the timestamp is 14:42, an hour, 1 hour and 42 minutes. That's where I come in. Yeah. Oh, here's Farsight Institute on Dulce. Battle of Dulce. Dulce. That's the home page, and then there is Battle of Dulce. For anybody who wants to investigate that in the near future. I also do live chat replay. So your chats are part of the video, and other people can learn by your wisdom. It says, why are gay men widely hated while lesbians are not? In reality, there's two sides of the same phenomenon. Oh, I think people, I think there's a lot of people who are not in favor of lesbians. Happening, Vax has DNA plasmids plus shedding. Oh no, confirmed, contaminating everybody who is near the Vaxoid. Oh boy. Like that is the next big thing that they've already killed us. We're walking dead. Chick-fil-A hires diversity, equality, inclusion expert. Quit buying fast food, people. Stop it. You're wasting your money. You could have, for Chick-fil-A is expensive, so you're spending $15. You could have bought a beautiful steak, um, or an organic chicken. You could have lit a barbecue and just thrown the chicken on there and let it slow cook, put some hickory chips on it. Man, if you can eat like a king for half the money you're spending at fast food. Then you can surf 4chan while you're cooking the food and just enjoy your life. People just don't get it. Kiwi Farms. That place has got to be shut down. Josh is a criminal. That Josh guy, he's probably behind some of the swattings of me. Bud Light beer sells for 14 cents as company struggles during boycott. I would say buy up all the Bud Light you can. It's going to come back and people will pay money for it. Or it's backup beer if you're out of beer. It's the 30 tons of explosive missing again. Oh my God. Here's a picture of a beautiful black woman. She's got an ass that just won't quit. Damn. Damn. There are some ridiculously beautiful black women. They have the features of a European white woman with black skin. No different. None. Just smoking hot. Oh, how did the right end up like this? It's Richard undercover somebody Spencer. Like really, this guy's annoying with his stupid haircut. My ex-girlfriend was black with some French. Ooh, right on for you, Charles. Was she a skinny beauty with a nice booty and some titties? Yeah, as president, I want to give money for people starting families. All right, Richard Spencer here, and it's recent. So first, it's Nathan Confos. He says in 2017, Stephen Pickner could refer with a straight face to the often highly literate, highly intelligent people who gravitated to the alt right. How did it go from a semi genuine intellectual movement to the Gorori pessimism in just 3 years? And then Richard Spencer says, yes, the institutions and the alt right are focused on Southern strategy, race baiting. The youth desperately want to red pill the normies, which means they are hostile to intellectual activity and probably not capable of it. The boomers and the gropers deserve one another. Well, I'm going to have to say I probably agree with Richard Spencer on that. I don't think I've ever said I've agreed with Richard on anything. Um, he's a flip flopper. He's just a controlled opposition. What? DeSantis has 86 million? Let's find out what's going on here. Israel really put money in his coffers. DeSantis, 86 million war chest shouldn't be used in a race against Trump, Watchdog says. What? 86 million. That's a lot of money from someone who isn't even well known outside of Florida. I wonder where that money came from. Well, if you're going to say Jews, you're probably right. Yeah. I'm probably going to raise a few shekels myself. My campaign manager says, she was talking about Israel giving like DeSantis money. And I said, if Israel gives me $1 million and they want me to visit the Wailing Wall, I think she said, are you? And I said, it's a million reasons to go check it out. A politician's a prostitute. I'm going to accept money from everybody. I want to hear what they have to say. Maybe there's a way I could help them with my administration. I don't know, but it would be naive of me to close the door. I should keep my door open, especially if they brought the wheelbarrow of money with them. I think it's honest for me to say I'm a prostitute, a political prostitute. Like I like the picture of the male prostitute. The woman's in the car, and the male's like hunched over. Oh yeah, baby, I do that. I'll listen to you nag all night long. But blame shifting that costs extra. Yeah, I do blame shifting. Oh no, to tell you what a big powerful woman you are. That is included. That's great, Charles. Charles, I think you said you're in your late 20s. You still got time for a family. Oh no. Oh hell no. This man goes into kindergartens, playgrounds, and talks to children about sex. What is the likelihood this catches on broadly and starts happening all over the place? Oh no. This shit's got to stop. Yeah, right on, dude. Ferrari, have you ever been to one of those national parks? Do you believe the stories of the people disappearing caused by mysterious creatures? Yes, I do think that's true. Yeah. Of course, some of those mysterious creatures are hungry bears. The bear's like, oh, this is some lady's foot. Hmm. I think she's from Southern California. I saw this cutest video. This is a safety cone, and the bear's walking by, and he grabs it, and he goes like this, and then he pushes it into place. He uprights a cone. You had to see it to believe it. Ooh, she is in prison. If she was, she's. Oh, who is this? It's the lady who defrauded people with her startup for testing blood or something. She's not that pretty. I mean, she's just blonde hair and blue eyes. She's cute. I'll give her a 6, but she's not exceptional. I don't know what her name is. I'll put it here in that link. Boy, that's creepy. Lou promises he's going to kindergarten playgrounds to discuss sex with 5-year-olds. It's my understanding that's what pedophiles do. Then they go to prison. This, you know, I think he's just trolling YouTube for views. It would be funnier if he sets up a table like change my opinion, but it says free candy. He does. It would be funny to set up a interview in a park. The table says uh, kid news from children. And then at the bottom it says free candy. And then you interview kids about the news, and you're like, all right, Johnny, what's your opinion on Ukraine and America's involvement? Well, I don't know much about Ukraine. Um, Kamala Harris said it's a small country next to a big country. The answers children give are actually very priceless. The Ronis. Will you investigate the national parks if there's suspicion of them hiding satanic rituals? Yes, I would. And also, how much money should we give to the people who a finder's fee? How about $1 million? Yeah. We need to come up with a cash bonus for turning in pedophiles. $1 million. How many pedophiles do you think would be like the the U.S. Pedophile Acquisition Department? Ring 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 ring. U.S. Pedophile Acquisition Department. Wayne speaking. Would you like to report a pedophile and get $1 million bonus, or are you following up on a previous call? Oh, it's a new call. Okay, great. Let me get a pencil. Okay. Oh, it's your neighbor, is it? And what is your neighbor's name? Uh, loves a lot. Stan loves a lot. Okay, Stan loves a lot. All right. And what's his address? Next door to you. Okay. 123 Main Street. Great. And so tell me what's going on. Oh, he's eating children, is he? He buries them in the backyard? great. How many kids do you think he's killed? Well, according to my home surveillance system, 36. Whoa, whoa. I just going to warn you. We pay $1 million for every child that you find. So you could be looking at a big payout, 36 million. Congratulations, bro. Thanks for making America safe again. All right, we'll be in touch. Bye. We'll give $1 million for every child you save. Like, wouldn't that save the FBI money? Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. FBI, uh, Pedophile Arrest Division. Wayne speaking. Oh, hey, pedophile. Hey, Department of Pedophile Acquisition. Yeah, Wayne, we just got a big lead on 36 missing children. Sadly, they're dead, but the bodies apparently are in the backyard over at 123 Main Street. Yeah, it's Mr. Loves a Lot. Oh, funny you say that. We kind of had some leads on Mr. Loves a Lot, but nothing constructive. What'd you get? Oh yeah, the neighbor. He's got evidence apparently with his home surveillance system of him doing the bodies. Well, why did it take him so long to give us a call? I didn't ask him that. He was probably just trying to get up a whole bunch of money, $1 million per kid. Yeah, a lot of them seem to do that. All right. Well, good talking to you. We're going to roll over there and figure out what's going on. All right. I'll give you an update later. Bye. Mr. Loves a Lot. There should be helicopter flights with thermal and drones to search for cult locations. That's actually a great idea. All right. I'm going to add your idea to my campaign promises, and I better write this down on a new piece of paper here. $1 million for each child saved or found dead. $1 million whistleblower bonus. 1 million. We need $1 million whistleblower for all sorts of things. Per kid. Alive or dead. No, actually, 2 million if they're alive. This way, the incentive is to call while they're still alive versus racking up a lot of bonus points. And then national park disappearing people. Park missing. You might have heard about that part of the national park. It's called the Kill Zone or Murder Valley, and it's between Montana and Idaho, but it's federal land and nobody has jurisdiction, and therefore crimes don't get investigated. Missing people, and then 1 million thermal. Yeah, we should financially incentivize turning in criminals, the worst crimes, of course. That's what the East Germans did. All the people in East Germany were telling on their friends and family to the Stasi, the East German police. Oh. Oh, man. My shoulders are like I've been lifting something, but I haven't. Ah, oh, I've been doing push-ups in the swimming pool for about just a week now. I'm starting to feel a little bit stronger. Um, I think we've had a good conversation today. We got it. I'll do a little summary. We got some ideas like missing persons in national parks. I came up with $2 million if you got a lead on a missing child who's alive, and 1 million if you know where a dead child is. So that could resolve cold murder cases. Uh huh. And then, oh, we need to come up with an internal FBI whistleblower cash bonus. Like if one of your fellow FBI agents is breaking the law, but you don't want to turn them in because you feel it's going to go nowhere, that you get a $10 million cash bonus and your pension and maybe witness protection right away. And then you help the internal. We got to create a Department of Justice Internal Affairs Division who is vicious about arresting these corrupt politicians and pedophiles. That's how we end this. And when we pay people huge amounts of money. The title of this video was Exigent Circumstances, and um, what was it? Cupid. It starts with a C. I have trouble with his name. Let me go to my Twitter. Oh, I know where it's at. Curtilage. Curtilage. That's the inside your fence part. There should be more transparency. I totally agree with you. Well, baby steps, friends. Baby steps. We got to get me into the White House. Um, I just want to throw this out there. I really want to, well, thank you all for participating in this journey with me. I'm having fun. Number two, I could be offered the slot of vice president with somebody's campaign, and I don't know who it is. And it would be a consideration. It would be because I might have to give up on some of my things I want to do because I would be able to maybe release the gravity control and work on some other projects. And it would get me in front of the public eye at a level. Those are things I would consider being a vice president. But I am going to be very, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 aggressive on this campaign. No, not holding anything back. Take no prisoners. I'm in this to win. And now I know those sound like two conflicting things. Um, the only way they can shut me up is basically offering me a VP role. I guess that's what I'm saying. Charles, I think, well, first of all, if you want to be transportation secretary, you've got a passion for it. Why not? You could do as good as anybody else. So, okay, Charles, I'm going to make you my, unless something changes, you're going to be my transportation secretary. On my website for Lambright, I'm going to start building my cabinet. And transportation secretary, I'm putting your name there, Charles. We're going to need a photo of you and an email address so people can ask you questions. Boom. That's how we build. That's how we build a campaign. Can you be bought though, Wayne? Yeah, at some level I could. I could. So let me tell you what that means. I've got lots of campaign promises. Let's call it 40. And somebody says, Wayne, I'm going to give you $10 million, but you got to give up that one thing. And by the way, Wayne, most of your other stuff is too fucking crazy and I don't like it. But the one thing I just won't stand for is that one. And you're not getting the money from me if you're going to keep that. And I might make a decision and say, you know what? I really need your big pile of money and I can put that on hold. I don't need to do that. So, it's up for me to determine what I keep and what I get rid of. And this is why I'm going to have lots of campaign promises as bargaining chips. How's that for a honest answer? I think that's fair. There's certain things I won't compromise on, like the death penalty for pedophiles. That's just going to be too exciting. We can have the pedophile death channel, and we can have like public hangings. We can have burning at the stake. We can have drawn and quartered in HD. Really make it a difficult situation for them. And then right away, it was all pedophiles, all pedophilia stopped. Charles, you're welcome. You earned it. Hell, you got your permit to be commercial driver's license. You're more qualified than the current transportation secretary. Yeah. Ferrari, thank you for making me aware of that. Ferrari, I might want to make you National Park Secretary, temporary. Maybe if you don't. All right, friends, we're going to wrap this up. Let me say thanks to the people being here. Ferrari, New York. Boom, first slot. Owned it. Fast Put Bull, second slot. And then we got Gradient Ledge at a solid 3. Charles came in 4th because he's driving. That's fair. He would have been here first, but he's driving. And then we got Nerve Lindsay coming in at 5th. And we got, is that it? We got 5 heavy hitters today for an hour and 38 minutes. We changed America. We did some good work today. Got a transportation secretary. We got Ferrari as a national park secretary. We're building out this dream team. How awesome will it be? Like my cabinet is going to be filled up with all the members before DeSantis has his cabinet filled and Trump has his cabinet filled. Like Trump's cabinet is going to be filled with everybody from Israel, right? See you later tonight. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.